Welcome to Keepin' It Real, your go-to radio show for fresh insights and vibrant introductions. Get ready to dive into a world where we offer you the latest in real estate wisdom and the juiciest community tidbits. From expert advice courtesy of top realtors to opportunities to give back through local charities, we've got you covered. Plus, we'll shine a spotlight on the young athletes driving our local sports scene and uncover the buzzworthy happenings both in town and beyond. Stay tuned for a jam-packed hour of enlightenment and entertainment right here on Keepin' It Real.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Hope your day is starting off right. It's another gorgeous day right here in Sierra Vista. Just love this time of year when it's nice and warm during the day and gorgeous blue skies. But by evening, it cools off nice and you wake up to that cool, brisk morning. I love it. Welcome to Keepin' It Real. I'm Dion Ethell, and this is our little community show brought to you by Sherry Ethell and her team at Long Realty. Shout out to Baron Ghana, President of Long Realty, and Renee Gonzalez, CEO of Long Realty Companies, allowing us space for a studio right here at the brokerage, and so we could serve our community better, and we love that. If you're just tuning in today for the first time, welcome. We're here for you every Saturday, same time, to spend an hour with someone from our community, whether it's a business spotlight to learn the backside story of so many of our local favorites, or an interview with a local event organizer telling us all about an upcoming event. We have so many events here that make this county special, or a wonderful charity organization just trying to get out the word for an event or a fundraiser, or trying to raise awareness for one of the many fantastic causes in the area. There's so many and so much work being done. It's a super great community, and so many people are involved. Like last week's show, I don't know if you caught it, but the ladies from the Sierra Vista Food Co-op were here, and I really enjoyed that conversation. We had no idea of all the cool stuff going on at the Food Co-op. Bulk spices, bulk foods, input on what they carry, classes, all kinds of stuff. Really interesting learning about what they offer, and I honestly didn't even know they existed, even though I've been here a long time. I'm sure there are people just like me listening each week, learning about something right here where they live and where they call home, and then they never knew it before. And let's not forget the interesting people in our community. We've got some good ones on the show. Interesting pasts, they did something unusual, they reached some kind of milestone. Everyone has a story to tell, and you learn so much about this community by exploring the people within it through a conversation. And of course, since about 42% of those who live in the area are homeowners, being a real estate brokerage, we do try to offer a little bit of real estate advice now and again, and even to those who are still dreaming of their own home. All kinds of topics, all community related, just keeping it real. Now, the next 2 weeks are no different. It's almost time for the award-winning Pups on Parade event so many of you have inquired about. It's next Saturday, so put that on your calendar. November 15th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Doc's Watering Hole, and it couldn't come at a better time. Last I heard, we had room for about 80 animals at the shelter, and we're over 100, so many of those had to be fostered or placed elsewhere where we could. But we are facing some unusual circumstances lately, and all of the shelters and rescues, they're full. And it's not just here, it's everywhere. But we'll learn more about that. So we need you. Pups on Parade is a charity event, a family affair. So bring your kids, bring your family, your friends, neighbors for this completely free event benefiting the Friends of the Sierra Vista Animal Shelter, the symbiotic volunteer organization that helps at and helps fund many of the shelter events and clinics and all the wonderful emergency medical for our animals that come through the door there. So today we'll sit down with Sierra Vista Police Department Animal Control Officer Brittany Schultz from the Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center, our local animal shelter here in Sierra Vista, Arizona. And we'll have Aaron Hennequin, co-owner and operator of Doc's Watering Hole, one of our amazing local restaurants in Honky Tonks. Shout out to Victoria. If you're listening this morning, Victoria, we miss you on the radio. Aaron's better half. She's busy cooking and holding down the fort this morning at Doc's, but we thank you for all that she does and all the local events that you host there. So today we'll tell you all about the upcoming Pups on Parade and give you some more details so you can put that on your calendar to attend. Next week, of course, we're going to also have another great show the morning of the big event, and our own chief of police, Christopher Heiser, he's going to be one of the judges at Pups on Parade, but he's going to stop by, and we're going to talk with him and Brittany Schultz, who's been covering for Arlene Garcia, the supervisor of the Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center, and she's been recovering from a little surgery, so get well soon, Arlene. We miss you if you're out there listening. And the chief is going to offer us a really interesting conversation about the shelter, the police police department, animal control, animal law enforcement, something we really don't talk about much on the show, and a lot about the issues behind why the shelter does what it does and why it's so full right now. They're going to give some pleas to the community on what you can do to be part of the solution. So that should be amazing. So thanks to them for their appearance on the show. Really, really appreciate it. Well, let's get to it. Let's bring them in. Let's bring in Doc's Watering Hole and the animal control officer here to talk to us about Pups on Parade. We'll be right back after these brief messages. One more thing, of course, this is Veterans Day coming up here, and we want to shout out to all of our veterans here locally. We love you. We will appreciate all the work that we do. We appreciate the freedom that we have because of you and all of those who have passed, especially. So many people have laid down their lives. I've got nephews and my kids have served, and it's just beautiful to know so many people here in the community have done some kind of service to their country, whether it be first responders, whether it be military, and we just really appreciate them. So special wishes out to them for a great week, and can't wait to see you at the Veterans Parade on Tuesday. Looking forward to it. Now, we'll be right back after these brief messages and more to come.
What's in a name? Everything. Long Realty has been a cornerstone of Southern Arizona's real estate market for nearly 100 years. Our name is our bond, and our agents are our strength. Trust in the name that stands for experience and expertise. Visit longrealty.com or call 520-459-4993 to connect with an agent today. Long Realty. Smart move.
All right, good morning to you. Good Saturday morning. And this is the Sherry Ethell Team, Long Realty Studios, Keepin' It Real. And I'm Dion Ethell. I'm your host. I got Brittany Schultz in here. She is from the Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center. She works for the Sierra Vista Police Department. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And I've got Aaron Hennequin. He, of course, is one of the owners of Doc's Watering Hole right here, one of our favorite establishments.
Hey,
here.
everybody. How you doing?
So welcome, both of you. And today we're talking about Pups on Parade. Pups on Parade, if you haven't been down to see it, it's a Doc's Watering Hole, and this is our third annual.
Third year, yeah.
So this is the third one that we've done, and super excited to do it. And the difference is, too, this is not your average dog show. It's an all-shelter dog pup pageant, so that means that the shelter dogs are the show dogs. 10 of them, right, Brittany?
Yes.
So we're going to do 10 dogs, and thank you to you guys, too, because you do a lot of the heavy lift, pulling all those dogs out.
Oh, yes.
What's that look like in the morning? It's a little bit of chaos, right?
Absolutely. A little bit of chaos, a lot of running around, figuring out who's got what dog, getting them all there on time. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and how many vehicles do you end up pulling to bring 10 dogs somewhere?
It depends on which vehicles, because some,
can hold a little more,
but I'm going to say it's about 2 or 3.
Yeah. So you got to get a bring in, and we start early, even though the public isn't there. It's going to be Saturday, of course, next Saturday, the 15th. So November 15th, put it on your calendar, from 11 to 2 p.m. But we start much earlier. We actually start at the beginning of the day because you got to get in there, clean the kennels,
yes, sir,
feed the animals, and we'll talk more about that. But there's going to be some amazing stuff as well, not just the dog show. There's also, of course, Doc's is known for music and food,
right,
and so you've got all that there, right?
Yeah. So Shotgun Cherry will be the MC for the event again, and we'll have some dog themed specials.
Okay.
Probably some specials on some of the mini corn dogs and maybe a Colorado Bulldog.
Nice.
Yeah.
We love that, and so this is a great opportunity. Come down there, get you some great lunch, or get you a cold drink, and then watch the pups out there. We put them out back, and so if you've not been there, we actually shut down that back alleyway, right? Mm-hmm. And then we have a great big long green carpet that looks like grass, and the dogs will come off a red carpet onto the green carpet and strut their stuff down there, and we'll have all kinds of chairs out there for the public to be able to sit in there. It's 100% free. Family
come on
friendly
in.
too, right?
We do ask, though, please don't bring your dogs.
Oh, no.
Yes, good point.
In the past, we've had people bring their dogs, and that it distracts from the show dogs, and it doesn't make them so desirable. And
we don't know how other people's dogs may act,
You
right?
never know. And we want to make sure that our animals are also safe, as well as the public. So not bringing your animal is needed to make sure this runs smoothly.
And there's other events, like we do celebrating animals together all the time. And, that's a great one to bring your animals out to. But this one is a little bit different, a little more confined space. Plus, you can't bring the dogs inside either.
Right.
We don't even bring the dogs inside. That's why we do it outside.
Yeah. Well, so originally when we wanted to do this, we were going to have the pageant inside on the dance floor. And we'd come in through, put them through some obstacle course and things like that. That would have been great. Yeah. The health department.
Doggone health department. Yeah.
Doggone health department. Yeah. But no, federal laws say that it has to be certain trained animals. So.
And is that because you're putting food in the same space
exactly.
as that?
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So obviously, there's a health issue there, so we've moved it outside, and the outside is a great space for it anyway. The dogs are a little unpredictable, right, Brittany? I mean, they're just shelter dogs. They're not exactly trained show dogs.
You're right.
Sometimes they do funny stuff, and sometimes they will try to wander off towards the crowd, or they want to stop and get petted or roll around or maybe do their business right out on the
green carpet.
That's happened before.
Oh boy, has it? Yeah, that does happen sometimes. But it's all in the fun, and we love the fact that these dogs, they're shelter dogs, so they're in their kennels all day. They do get walked frequently.
Yes, every day.
Every day, and so. But this is a great opportunity for them to kind of stretch their legs a little bit more, and so we love to give them that a little extra and get a little bit of love from the crowd and everything. They love hearing people cheer them on and everything. They just seem so different, right?
Yes, it's like a little field trip for them. So it's new smells, new environment, new people. They very much enjoy it.
And that's true even, Brittany, of just dogs, even when you take them out to walk them, right? They're so much different than they are in the kennel.
Yes.
And why do you suppose in the kennel, you walk out there and everybody's barking at you and lunging? And...
Right. So we like to tell people it's the pick me, because, sometimes they want to get out of the kennel. They've been in the kennel, even though they get walked every day, they're in there probably 22 hours a day.
Yeah.
And so it can be confining. It can be a little stressful for them when they're barking. Some dogs have different personalities, some a little different than others with their issues. And so some can be a little barky in their kennels. And so getting them out really shows who they are and gets them kind of in a better mental state as well as physical. So it's just a way better thing to get them out for these events so that people can see the true dog.
Right. Yeah, so if you're thinking about adopting a dog, this will be a great time to see at least 10 of them. Now, we do sponsor these dogs, so it costs a lot of money, right, to get a dog to the level it needs to be to adopt it, right?
Yes, a lot of money.
And so what are some of the requirements? A dog leaving the shelter has what? Spay and neuter,
yep.
What else?
They get spayed and neutered, microchipped, rabies, an exam, and then our animal shelter also provides all the other vaccines like their distemper parvolepto, their bordetella, so they will receive all of that. Now, not all dogs just are super healthy and easy going, so some dogs need a little more extra care, some need dentals, and we make sure that all of that is done most of the time before they go home.
So, it may be hundreds, if not $1,000 invested into an animal that you're getting for a very small adoption fee. And we should present, that it was just a short time ago that the shelter kind of announced that adoptions are free for a period of time.
Yes.
Because they're so full.
We are extremely full. So last year we were full. Now we're even more full because we finished with our expansion, got a total of like 18 new kennels, and every single one of them are full.
So now we can house like 80 dogs, but now we've got those all full too. And it's not just a Sierra Vista issue. This is really something broader. I was talking to Lieutenant Boltinghouse, and Jordan was telling me that this is actually a systemic problem across all of Arizona, maybe farther than that.
Yes. So as much as I know, just being on like the board for Arizona for animal control, as well as me being able to go on some trainings outside of Arizona, everyone's full. Unfortunately, it's a struggle, like just in Tucson, there's a place that has tons of dogs. And then when I've gone to like Colorado or even Michigan, they were completely full, and like having some dogs sit in the hallway until they can even find a kennel for them,
space for them.
Sometimes they're putting them in rooms.
Yeah.
So it's
and that's kind of where we're getting to be here locally is, we're full up. The rescues are full up. Yes. People, are tightening their belts. We've had some struggles with the government shutdown and getting people, funds for SNAP and other things. And so people are realizing, man, I just can't afford my dog, and they're turning them in at unusual rates, right?
Absolutely. So we take usually only two surrenders, whether that's an owner surrender or like they just can't for some reason have the dog anymore. It's 2 a day, 2 appointments, and sometimes that appointment can be at least 2 animals. So I like to say it's a minimum of 6 a week that we're getting in, and then we do them from Tuesday through Friday for turn-ins. That's not on top of the strays that we find that have no owners. And then sometimes we have to take emergencies, like someone just became homeless. We just got a whole litter of puppies because someone became homeless.
If somebody goes to jail or something like that, then you end up with the animal as well, or hoarding situations or other kinds of things.
Yep.
Yeah, somebody passes away. I never thought about that too, or has a medical emergency.
Yep, we have to take the animal in if there's no other option. And we spend a lot of money not just on caring for someone else's animal for a short amount of time, but I know that it's super expensive for everyone to even just feed their dog right now, especially
it's really tough.
Right.
Tough times.
So it's hard.
Well, let's hold it right there. Let's take a quick break. We'll come right back out of these messages to dive right into how do we solve this problem, and we'll be right back, folks. Stay tuned to Keeping It Real, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios. Cochise County, it's that time again. The 3rd annual Pups on Parade is back at Doc's Watering Hole Saturday, November 15th from 11 to 2 p.m.
That's right. Join us at Doc's for music, food, vendors, a silent auction, on-site adoptions, and of course the all-shelter dog pup pageant. 10 amazing dogs from our local shelter will strut their stuff down the runway, competing in fun categories.
This must-see event benefits the Friends of the Sierra Vista Animal Shelter in cooperation with the Sierra Vista Police Department and the whole team at Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center.
Want to help our pups? Businesses and any community member who just loves dogs can donate a basket for the auction or sponsor a pup. $300 for show dogs, $150 for dogs back at the shelter. Call 717-599-2439 for details.
Sponsors get their name up on the big screens at Doc's, on the social media, and shout-outs throughout the show. It's a great way to give back and help the community.
It's a family affair, so bring your friends and family, enjoy some great food, and meet some possum dogs at the big show.
It's Pups on Parade, Saturday, November 15th at Doc's Watering Hole, because every dog deserves their day.
In a town with heart and history, the Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving Sierra Vista, we agree. For military law and retirees, stress-free process you will see. Personal care is our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way, making dreams come true every single day. Trusted team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
And welcome back to Keeping It Real, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios. I'm Dion Ethell, your host, and I'm joined here with Brittany and Aaron, and we're talking about Pups on Parade. But we were kind of talking about the issue right now of just all the shelters, all the rescues, statewide really being full. And, you know, usually, Brittany, around the summertime, we see a lot of surrenders and people, you know, they go on vacations, they've got other things going on, they're moving. Yes. A lot of moves are happening during that time, and a lot of surrenders come our way and end up at the shelter. But this year is different because people are in such a desperate financial situation due to government shutdown and other things that it kind of put a real tax on the system.
Absolutely. So not being able to provide for your animal, a lot of them are being surrendered. that's, just trying to buy food, medical bills. Some people just cannot do it right now.
Yeah.
And so not only are we having, from summer being such a popular time to turn in animals, some of those animals don't get adopted right away. Sometimes it takes months. So now we're in the fall, winter months, and we're getting even more dogs turned in. And so that's where we're struggling, because the summer dogs haven't really all been adopted yet.
Yeah. Oh my
and
gosh.
So we are completely full.
Yeah, so due to that ongoing, government shutdown and the financial hardships that these families are facing, these owner surrenders, they're increasing dramatically, and it's not just a local issue, it's a broader statewide trend. And every rescue partner that we normally work with is beyond capacity, and we're just trying to help kind of fix this problem. So we need you. We need you, the public who are listening today. There's opportunity here. There's opportunity to adopt a dog. There's opportunity to foster a dog, and we need your help. And obviously, too, that, Pups on Parade, it's probably more important this year than any other year that we've had it.
I think so, and I'm sitting here listening to the conversation, and I'm just thinking that it doesn't matter what time of year we do Pups on Parade.
Yeah.
It's always the perfect time.
Somehow is, isn't it?
Because it, like last year when we did it, we managed to get every dog plus one sponsored.
Yeah, right. It even had an extra one for a future dog, which was pretty awesome.
Which was great. But that money got used up quick.
Yeah.
And leading up to it, I remember the problems that we've had leading up to it, where the dogs we chose for the pageant got adopted
faster than we could go. That first year was bananas. I actually...
it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, we actually probably did ourselves a disfavor here by saying to everybody, this is your dog. Your dog is Ruffy. And giving him a picture, you can put it on your socials. Well, then Ruffy got adopted like the next day. Because they're out there on the socials everywhere, and they get adopted. So then we got now, Bonnie's your new dog. And then they got adopted. And then so I was constantly switching out, even to the morning of the actual event, swapping out stuff. And so now we just we don't assign a dog to the person. We just tell them, hey, you're going to get a wonderful dog. And then we'll tell you what it is day of the event, and we'll put it up on the big screens and social media and everything and all that. And we'll use that. But it gets a little bananas for everybody trying to keep up with it. And it's been wonderful over these years that we've been doing it, that leading up to the event, dogs are being adopted. During the event, dogs are being adopted. After the event, dogs are being adopted. Right. Brings awareness to it. And the funds that we raise. This is probably the biggest fundraising event that we have for the whole year. And it's so needed, more now than ever, like Brittany said.
Absolutely. We definitely need this.
Yeah, we talked about this. So the costs, that go into, like, the things that you had mentioned, Brittany, and correct me if I'm wrong, the spay and neuter, the vaccines, the health checkups, all those kinds of things, they could add up to, maybe $1,000 when you're all said and done with it.
Yes.
And so these sponsorships, they're very inexpensive. It's $300 for a show dog, of which they're all spoken for already. So that's awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Happy to say that. But there are still shelter dogs that are left behind the day of the event, and they still need your sponsorships. So businesses out there, I'm giving a shout out, help out. It's only $150 to sponsor a shelter dog. And we'll put your logo up there, your name up there, give you a little extra, advertisement. We'll put it up on the big screen at Docs.
At Docs, yep.
And we'll mention it. Shotgun Sherry will mention it throughout the show, some of these sponsors. And we will put it out on our social media feeds, both for the Nancy J and for the Friends of the Sierra Vista Animal Shelter, right?
Yes, yeah. And we'll make sure that we try to get all of these dogs out this year, because we are extremely full.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we can get them adopted. So we're asking that you can do everything in your power to keep the dogs from coming in. We do offer a food pantry for those in the area. So if it is expensive to feed your dog, we have food available. You can come down to the animal shelter and we can give you some food so that you can keep your dog.
Yes, that's a great point. So during this kind of crisis, this unusual circumstance where we're kind of loaded up with animals, we really want you to consider trying to keep your dog and to be able to sustain it yourself. If not maybe be able to look in through your own circles of friends and sphere of influence and try to find somebody who would adopt your dog rather than bring it in and surrender it at the shelter because we're full.
Absolutely.
And the last thing we want is to euthanize because we don't have space.
Yes.
And obviously in that kind of situation, it would have to, they would evaluate dogs. And some dogs, if they have behavioral issues or they're sick and they have some medical expenses that are very expensive, and that's why they're not being adopted, that would be considered. But we don't want to get to that point.
No.
And we can fix this ourselves.
Absolutely.
So again, Pups on Parade is going to be November 15th. It's a Saturday, and it'll be at Doc's Watering Hole.
1959 Frontage Road. It's going to be in the alley behind us. We'll have some vendors. I think I've got 2 vendors, and then they'll be on the dance floor. And then we've got the silent auction will be on the dance floor.
That's right.
I don't know if we're going to have an adoption sign up.
Yeah, we'll have our typical booth, right, for the Nancy J. So the ACOs will be out there. You can meet ACOs. Mm-hmm. Somebody asked me, in fact, just recently, hey, could I go down and learn about how to foster a dog and stuff? Absolutely,
100%.
Right?
Yes, we'll take all the fosters we can get.
Yeah, so there's opportunities even to foster a dog temporarily so that we don't euthanize dogs, and we keep this as a no-kill shelter, which is what we want to do. In 15 years, we haven't had to do that, and so we really want to try to do that where we can. We don't want to euthanasia for a lack of space, but if there's no place to board them, it's really a desperate situation. Yeah. So Pups on Parade is more important now than ever, and we want you to come down and see the dogs. We love the fact that so many people donated last year. Yeah. We really had an outpouring from the community to donate. We need it this year again to help offset these expenses. We help provide all the stopgap in between what the city can afford to bill to pay from those taxpayer dollars, and we give the relief to take some of that off their hands and provide money for spay and neuter clinics. And even the community comes in for these low-cost spay and neuter clinics, right?
Yes.
And for the vaccine clinics. And usually what do we charge?
$20.
$20. And that could cost hundreds of dollars.
Yes.
And so the Friends of Sierra Vista Animal Shelter, I'm kind of wearing 2 hats today as a part of the Sherry Ethell team, but also as the president of the Friends of the Sierra Vista Animal Shelter. And we participate in fundraise all year so that we can help provide those kinds of things.
Yes, it's the best thing that you guys could do for the community. I think that everyone loves this program where we can get everyone up to date with their rabies, microchipped, and spay neuter for $20, which is crazy.
It is crazy, right?
That's an amazing
You can't find that anywhere else.
No.
And how, just how crazy is it in terms of the demand for this thing? You guys sell out fast, right?
Absolutely. You think that at this point, I've been here for 6 years with animal control. You would think that you've touched everyone in the community at this point. And every time that we do this, now it's multiple times a year.
Yeah.
And we have lines out the door.
Yeah.
Because some people don't
and you sell out
puppies.
like the first few minutes of the day.
We give out the clipboards and the vouchers, and then we're like, oh, sorry, we're
all
sold
full.
out.
Yeah. There's only so many we can do in one day.
Right.
And it's amazing work. If you've ever come in for one of those things, of course, we take really good care of your pup and love on them the whole time and talk to them and play music and all kinds of good stuff for them. So we take really good care of them. But the vet that comes in and provides services, they're so quick, they're so compassionate about the process and making sure that your pet is really looked at well. You kind of almost get this wellness check for free because they look over the dog and see if there's anything else going on there. And if they do, they call it out and let you know what's happening if it's something they can see.
Yeah, and the perfect thing about that is if it's something super minor, they can actually take care of it sometimes while they're under sedation. And then it's really cheap if you have to pay an extra charge for that. They'll talk to you, they call you, make sure it's okay. And it's super cheap, way cheaper than most events here in town.
Yeah, you really do. And hats off to those people who do this extra service, because I know they're giving us a really great break for that because we got to make our dollars stretch. And so it's really important that we be able to continue that for the community because, like you said, the demand isn't ending. Nope. It's just continuing and continuing. And people love animals, and a lot of people have multiple dogs. I mean, how many dogs do you have, Brittany?
3.
3. Yeah. And I know you've got dogs.
We've got 2. Actually, one of them, our most recent one, we got at the the second Pups on Parade.
So you're you're a winner there too. And now we have 6, and they're all shelter dogs, so all rescues of some kind, and we try to help out as much as possible, but you can only have so many dogs in the house.
Right.
So we're asking for the rest of the community to kind of step up. So step up, come down and foster a dog, adopt a dog, come down to Pups on Parade, November 15th, 11 to 2 p.m. at Doc's Watering Hole, and come see the event, see what everybody's talking about. But we'll be right back after these messages, and we'll talk more with the shelter, with Doc's, and find out what we all can do to help solve this problem with the animal shelter. We'll be right back.
Discover excellence in real estate with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, your premier choice in Cochise County. Sherry's amazing team brings honesty, expertise, and a deep understanding of the local market. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned homeowner, they're committed to your peace of mind and handle every detail for you.
Their approach? Personalized service, above and beyond transactional real estate, building lifelong relationships, nationwide connections, local expertise. There's a reason this team is amongst the top realtors in Arizona and across the nation.
You owe it to yourself to call or visit the Sherry Ethell Team, the top team at Long Realty, behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more info. Real integrity, real results.
Do uneasy markets have you waiting for the ideal moment to make home ownership a reality? Your answer lies in a conversation with Sherry Ethell and her exceptional team at Long Realty, a name synonymous with trust and reliability in Arizona's real estate landscape.
Hi, I'm Sherry Ethell, Realtor and Team CEO of the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. Your ideal moment has arrived. We tailor our approach to you and your needs and goals. Let us put our extensive network to work for you and take the stress out of the process.
Whether buying or selling, remember the name Sherry Ethell and the Sherry Ethell Team. Visit the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more information. Real integrity, real results.
All right, welcome back to Keepin' It Real with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios. And I'm sitting here with Aaron Hennequin, owner, operator, Doc's Watering Hole.
Doc's Watering Hole. Hey, everybody.
Thank you for being here.
Sure.
And Brittany Schultz, one of our famous ACOs over there. And love the work that they do. And if you've never volunteered at the shelter, there's opportunity for you to do that, and you can become a volunteer, and the work is done over there. Even with the stuff that we've done, you've kind of taken that for granted what happens there, but every day, describe what a day looks like, Brittany. So what happens first thing in the morning when you guys arrive?
So we arrive, most of us arrive crisp at 7 in the morning. We have to, do our walkthroughs, make sure all the animals are good, turn on the lights. Then we kind of have a moment to put our stuff down, and then we get straight to cleaning. We have so many dogs to clean after.
And what does that involve?
Absolutely. So it includes making sure, because they have a two-sided kennel. So if you've ever been to the shelter, I encourage you to go. It's a really nice establishment that we have going on. But there's like a 2-part to their kennel, and they have an indoor and outdoor. We put them on one side, completely take out everything. We power wash, we scrub, we clean out their water bowls, and we feed. And then on one side, you have to also scoop poop, making sure that is. Some dogs are Picassos, so they paint everything. It's a whole thing. And that's not, that takes us probably 3 hours for the whole facility if we're all doing it ourselves, on top of doing our cats, the front office. We even have an office dog at this time, so we have to take care of every single critter there.
Yeah. Wow. It's a lot of work. As a volunteer, some of us, especially on the days and during the weekend or whatever that's lighter on staffing, we'll help out with that cleaning, and it's involved. It's a lot of work, and it's hard work, but the dogs need it. They need to have those kennels sterilized every day, and they need to have that food. and be taken care of. And then all these volunteers take these dogs out for walks.
Yes.
Just constant, right? Just one after another.
Yeah, some of them are there as early as 7 when we get there.
Yeah.
And they're there until we open, usually around 10 or leaving later, spending at least 20 minutes for each walk for each dog, and we got a lot of them, so they're there for a long time.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, and it's necessary though, because these poor dogs, they're kenneled up, and you don't want them sitting there the entire time without that healthy walk that they have, and it kind of gets some of the energy, pent up energy out, and gets them more back to normal, and gets them healthy and happy, and then they get to go back in and get fed. For volunteers, if you wanted to volunteer and somebody was listening right now and said, hey, I'd like to volunteer, how do you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So you do come down to our animal shelter. You fill out an application. You can either take it home or do it right there. We do a quick background check to make sure you're going to be safe around the animals, and then we set up an orientation. Our kennel tech is usually in charge of that, and so she'll set up a time that works best for the both of you, and she gives you the rundown of everything, the ins and outs of how to get in the shelter, how to safely leash up a dog in its kennel, where you're allowed to walk, where you're not allowed to walk, and kind of just on specific dogs, how to deal with them if they're a little special or have special needs. We do have a dog that has to wear sunglasses basically outside.
Is that right?
Yeah,
That's
they're
awesome.
little goggles. They're so cute. His name is Secret. He's still available. But yeah, she'll go over in detail. If you have any questions, any of us are well, equipped with what needs to be done or how it's done. So you can ask any of us if you have questions, but you just come down to the front desk and we'll get the application started, get that orientation going, and then you can come in, go as you please.
And it's kind of almost like a whole nother community, right? Of people,
yes.
right? You've got all these people from the community coming together, and we see each other all the time, and we say hello. And even if that's the only time where we're actually together, but it still feels kind of like family. I mean, you know each other so well, and it's just a fun time to work together. And so it's great for people who just have a few hours on the weekend, or maybe even somebody who's got a situation where they're retired and have a little more time to give.
Yes.
Have a passion for helping out with the animals. And want to care for them. So it's a great opportunity to come down and do that. So I encourage people to come down and apply for that volunteerism. Really helpful. And of course, there's really cool events and stuff as we get prepared, like Pups on Parade.
Pups on Parade.
So it requires a lot to get ready for, right?
Oh, yeah. A lot.
So anytime we go on the road, right, the trailer's got to get all set up and everything, because we're going to need those kennels in there. Everything has to get cleaned out and organized, and we got to think about that they're going to be there for a while. So do they need any food? Do they need any grooming stuff? Do they need any other things? Do we need any extra kennels? Those may need to be brought.
Yes.
So there's just all kinds of stuff that have to be kind of thought about as we kind of prepare for the trip over to docks to be able to get those dogs and to keep them happy and healthy, because that trailer is air conditioning. And so if it does get warm during the day, super important for them to be comfortable.
Yep, they can have a little break in the AC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, tell us about, and it could be either one of you, you've both been there. What's that like in terms of interaction with the animals? I mean, because some people might be thinking, well, I'm just going to go to this dog show and we're going to sit up in the stand or, out in the chairs and we're not going to have any interaction or anything. It's really not that, though. You really get up close
it's not,
and personal.
actually. Yeah, and when we first started this, I wasn't quite sure what that was going to look like, because we had the people sitting down at the walkway level, the runway level. It's almost like a pageant.
Yeah.
But before and after, we also had like a petting area and things like that, where the people could go and interact with the dogs if they wanted to, and go and see those dogs individually. I thought that was really cool.
Yes, we'll have little dog runs. So some dogs can either get their energy out running around, or you can go in and meet that dog if you're super interested in them.
Yeah.
So I've actually been on both sides. I've worked and just gone to the event while I've been off.
Yeah.
And the food is amazing, so you're gonna have to eat for sure. And then you get to sit down and kind of watch it, the little parade happen one dog at a time, and then you can go and talk to the booth where we'll have some volunteers, some staff members who can help answer any questions you may have about that specific dog, and then we can give you some tips on how we can finalize the adoption if you're interested. So it's a really fun time.
That's cool. And there's the silent auction inside. So inside dogs, you're not going to miss anything if you go inside dogs, because I've got a camera that's on street level, so it's broadcasting live from outside. You can hear everything going on because we've got it on the speakers inside as well. But there's a silent auction that
you kind of want to poke your head in every once in a while just to keep your name at the top of the list.
Yeah, so there's a silent auction going on. We'll have some drink specials and some food specials, most importantly. And also, I mean, we're open at 8 o'clock on Saturdays and Sundays for breakfast. A lot of people don't realize we're a full-blown restaurant. They just think we're a bar, but we're a jack of all trades. So
you actually come early and
come early,
see this whole setup and see all this stuff. See it all happening.
Yeah, see everybody working to get everything set up, and go check out that trailer. You can see the dogs in there in the trailer and see which ones are going to be.
Now, I know there's some particulars too. We talked about that the dogs can't come inside the building, so they're out. That's why they're outside. But we also know that if you're going to have a drink or something, you can't bring it out.
Can't take it off the patio. Yeah.
So you can sit up there on the patio, enjoy your refreshments and your alcoholic beverages and stuff like that.
Food and non-alcohol that can go out off the patio. Anything with alcohol in it needs to stay on the patio.
Okay, and that's just a requirement of the law.
Yeah, that's state law.
State law. So you can still kind of go down there. And I think there was a little bit of maybe some confusion with a couple of people, not very many, but a few people that, wasn't sure if they could take their food down. And if you got a hot dog or something, you can wander around with that thing.
You can take your food anywhere you want.
And just make sure that you don't offer any of those snacks up to the dogs unless you talk to an ACO.
Yes, please don't.
Some of those dogs, from time to time too, have some specific health things going on.
Yes, some
and
allergies.
So they got some allergies. Yeah, I know some have had, like, you couldn't feed them this product or that product, and they could only eat like lamb, or they could only eat certain things.
Yes, we've had quite a few difficult dogs with their allergies, and in just the slightest bit of something can really flare them up, and they're uncomfortable for a while before it's really out of their system.
And just like people, they're going to want that. So if they see it, they're going to come after you. So guard your
hot
food.
dog.
Dogs are
going to
go for me.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and make sure your little guys, because it is a family affair. We encourage you to bring your kids and friends and neighbors and come on down and just keep your food up a little higher when you're out there mingling with the dogs, because somebody will snag that thing.
That's right.
They're quick.
Yeah, they are quick. And they love that food too. And so this kind of how talking about how the event works. We kind of want to discuss a little bit about that. So like you said, there's auction items inside, and if you are a business or you're just a person who wants to donate a basket or something, there's still time for that. We've got opportunity. You got a whole week before the event, and so we encourage you to go ahead and contact us. You can call Sherry Ethell at the Sherry Ethell Team here at Long Realty, and her number is 717-599-2439. That's 717-599-2439. Or you can stop by Doc's and drop something off, right?
Yeah,
Or you can stop by Long Realty, drop something off, go over to the shelter, drop something off.
Sure.
However you need to do it, whatever you're close to, we want to make it as easy and convenient for you to drop off an auction item if you've got something you'd like to donate. And then, of course, there'll be opportunities at the event to donate, even if it's the last minute. We'll still take it. Totally okay. And we'd be happy to do that. But we'd love to give you a little bit of props, and we'd love to get your logo and everything in advance. So, feel free to put those business cards and things like that in your little baskets. Now, some of the other things too is the sponsorships. Again, we've sponsored all the show dogs, so those $300 show dogs are gone, but we still have a lot of dogs at the shelter, an unusually large amount of dogs at the shelter, and we'd love to sponsor every dog. So for just $150, you as a family, as an individual, or as a business can sponsor an animal. And again, 717-599-2439. Just ask for Sherry, and she would love to help you out and get you set up. even if you just stop by the shelter, they can contact us and steer you into who can help you out and get that sponsorship. So again, you can be an individual, a family, a business, but we'd love to sponsor every single dog. This is a real crisis that we're faced with right now with just an overabundance of dogs at the shelter. We're all full, and it's full everywhere, folks. It's everywhere. Throughout the state, probably through the country. They're probably experiencing the same woes that we are, but it's unusually high this time of year. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back, wrap up the show, talking about Pups on Parade, November 15th, Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Doc's Watering Hole. We'll be right back, folks.
We're the real wayfinders, the trailblazers, the go-getters. In a town where the desert wakes before dawn, we don't just talk, we make things happen. And when we speak, it's real, it's genuine, and it's worth hearing. Tune in every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on Cool 104.1 FM. Join the Sherry Ethell Team for Keepin' It Real, where top realtors, local heroes, and the heartbeat of our community come together. Raw, authentic conversations, expert market insights, and the best local events you can't afford to miss. Keepin' It Real, celebrating our community. Bold, genuine, one of a kind.
Cochise County, it's that time again. The third annual Pups on Parade is back at Doc's Watering Hole, Saturday, November 15th from 11 to 2 p.m.
That's right. Join us at Doc's for music, food, vendors, a silent auction, on-site adoptions, and of course the all-shelter dog pup pageant. 10 amazing dogs from our local shelter will strut their stuff down the runway, competing in fun categories.
This must-see event benefits the Friends of the Sierra Vista Animal Shelter in cooperation with the Sierra Vista Police Department and the whole team at Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center.
Want to help our pups? Businesses and any community member who just loves dogs can donate a basket for the auction or sponsor a pup. $300 for show dogs, $150 for dogs back at the shelter. Call 717-599-2439 for details.
Sponsors get their name up on the big screens at Doc's, on the social media, and shout-outs throughout the show. It's a great way to give back and help the community.
It's a family affair, so bring your friends and family, enjoy some great food, and meet some possum dogs at the big show.
It's Pups on Parade, Saturday, November 15th at Doc's Watering Hole, because every dog deserves their day. And we're back with Keepin' It Real. This is Dion Ethell, and I am your host. I'm here with Brittany Schultz. She's from the Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center. She's with the Sierra Vista Police Department, and I've also got Aaron Hennequin, one of the owner-operators of Doc's Watering Hole. We're talking about Pups on Parade. I'm wearing kind of two hats today with the Sherry Ethell Team, and as well as the president of the Friends of the Sierra Vista Animal Shelter, who this show benefits. And it benefits us because we're kind of like that, I guess, symbiotic arm. I don't know what you'd call it, Brittany, but yeah. we're kind of that help, that bridge, help, that financial bridge, because this stuff is expensive. And so tens of thousands of dollars we raise every year to help sponsor animals and all the emergency medical, the spay and neuter clinics, the vaccine clinics, microchipping, even sponsorships of the fees. Although right now we're trying to waive a lot of those fees because we want to be able to get dogs adopted.
Yes, we definitely need them adopted.
Yeah, you guys are so full. How much more work is that when all the kennels are full and you've got 80 kennels that are full? Boy, that's a lot of work in the morning.
Yeah, so before our expansion, you could do an inside dog run for an hour, and then the other side an hour. But right now it's like an hour and a half and an hour and a half. So that's just one dog run. So we all have to split up and do them. So imagine if it was just two of us, it would take all day.
Yeah, it's a long haul. So, it taxes not only the personnel there and keeps them from doing other things that are important in the community, but it also is just, it's tough on the animals, to have that many in there. And they need some love. They're looking for their forever home. And so this is your opportunity. There's great opportunities here to come down at Pups on Parade at Doc's Watering Hole on the 15th on that Saturday from 11 to 2 and kind of talk to our ACOs about fostering, adopting, even learn about volunteerism, right?
Yes, you can volunteer, you can foster, become a foster, take them on a hike, a day trip, anything, just to get them out.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of neat things that we can do. And we've been talking, in fact, offline a little bit about just different ideas and everything and how we can get the community more involved. Again, this is like, I don't know, Aaron, it's like more important than ever, I think, this year.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it, but it's just, it's a tough year.
And the thing I like most about this event, now Docs does, we help a lot of nonprofits, we do a lot of events, but the thing I like most about this one is it's not just a fundraising, but it's kind of an awareness. It's kind of a call to arms, if you will, and you know, it gets people out there adopting the dogs before, you know, so and Dion, every year I ask you, I say, hey, how many dogs get adopted?
I know, right?
I can't tell. I don't know.
It's an evolving thing. It's like every day there's more.
We don't know, but more.
Yeah.
You know?
Even this morning, I mean, I had 2 more people say, hey, we want to, sponsor a dog. So, it's constant changing. And I love the fact that the dogs are getting adopted.
Absolutely. I mean, that's so primarily, we're here to help you raise money.
Yeah.
But personally, I liked seeing that all the dogs are getting adopted. You know, they get out there, they get seen, and that was kind of the vision that we had when we were talking about this that day.
Yeah,
you know, sitting there and had dogs, and it seems to work. You know, because,
it does
because it puts people out there and it gets them in, gets them to see the dogs. And so, if you're listening now, you know the 10 dogs that are selected are the best behaved dogs.
Yeah, they probably are.
So
there's some good ones back there.
Yeah.
But
so if you want to chance at getting the best behaved dog, get there now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, get there ahead of time.
Get
there now before the show.
Yeah.
And make everybody work a little harder to pick a replacement dog.
That's true. There's some great dogs there available right now. And you could take one of the show dog prospects and make us work a little harder. But that's one of the things I think I'm a little worried about in the back of my mind is that this year is a little bit different because of the financial gaps and everything that people are suffering. And the cost of just raising a dog and, the medical expenses and stuff that maybe come along with that, higher than they normally are. And they've just gotten more expensive. And so we're kind of helping out and trying to get more of those adopted. And again, these sponsorships help kind of fill that gap, and we fill the other part of that gap so that these guys go away healthy and ready to go.
Yes, we completely appreciate that because sometimes it can be hard with certain medical cases. And some specific dogs stay a little longer. So everything that you guys do we really appreciate it.
Well, and sometimes that's even emergency medical. Like some of the dogs you've got have been hit by a car or they needed to have a leg amputated.
Yes, I remember
or something.
That. Yeah.
And it's funny, dogs are amazingly resilient. You could have a dog that gets an amputation and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this poor dog.
It's gonna be down
and they're
for a
just
few
like
days.
They just bounce back and they're running around with 3 legs. So, they're really awesome.
In the dog's defense, we've got 2 dogs at home, and when they go out in the backyard, they always step on a goat head. And,
of course. Yeah.
And so they're running around 3-legged anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This year was a lot of goat heads, too. It was one of those years. A good monsoon, though.
Yeah.
There's positives and there's negatives come along with it. But, the dogs definitely get a lot of those, too. Mm-hmm. This is a call to arms, like Aaron said, all hands on deck. We really need everybody to come down to Doc's Watering Hole. So if you're considering something to do, this could be the event to come to. I hope you'll consider it. Doc's Watering Hole, Saturday, November 15th. So it's only in a week from now. And we're coming up on it fast.
Yeah.
Set that on your calendar. Come on down to the show. There's going to be food, music.
We'll have our full menu. We'll have some specials. We'll have music. We'll have Shotgun Sherry will be there emceeing. We for those of you who don't know where Doc's is, it's 1959 Frontage Road. It's close to Vinny's.
Kind of right across the mall from the mall there on the other side of the highway.
Yeah, more across from the Holiday Inn Express and Candlewood Suites, the old IHOP, the new dentist place there.
Yeah.
That area. We're a full restaurant, so come on in for breakfast.
I think people maybe get scared off too because they think you're a bar, but you're really more of a restaurant than maybe a bar even.
Honestly, we are. We were voted last year. It was the best locally owned restaurant in Sierra Vista. Speaking of voting, Pups on Parade 2 years in a row got best fundraiser.
Yeah, we were definitely in the best running all these times, and so we hope to keep that going. But again, we really need people to come out and show it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Even if you don't have any money, just come on down, watch the show, bring your kids, bring your neighbor kids. They'll have a blast, pet on all the dogs. The dogs love it. It's a great opportunity for them to get some love. Even if you're not buying anything, I still want you to come down and enjoy the show because it's a lot of fun and it's such a different twist, you know, really different twist for a dog show. Yeah. If you're a serious dog show person, we're probably maybe going to disappoint you a little bit, but it will be fun. And I promise you, it'll be fun.
We have a panel of judges, and they're going to do. Everybody's going to get an award.
Yeah. There's going to be some fun awards, but our awards are a little bit different. Like we had the best butt wiggle and all those kinds of things. And so, there'll be some fun categories. So maybe not your typical show, dog kind of a category, but they'll be fun. And then there always is a few extra awards for the People's Choice Award. And so you can vote, and we'll do some cheering for your favorite pup. And this is your chance to really get crazy. And so kids, if you're thinking about coming to this thing, we really want you to come and shout for your dog. You got to be really, really, really loud. And so we can pick a winner, a clear winner. And so that'll be fun. And then, of course, the judges get to pick one of theirs as well, their favorites. Yeah. And we do a bunch of awards, and then these dogs get to take those awards with them. We'll put them up on their kennels. We'll also give them to an owner if you're gonna adopt a dog, and so you'll maybe have some cool awards that'll come with you. But it'll be fun.
Yeah, so come on down, adopt an award-winning dog.
Yeah, right. Yes. Right. At an award-winning show, at an award-winning restaurant. Come on, people, let's get together. But this one here again is probably more important than any other year because it's such an unusual circumstance. Having the government shut down and go for so long, and people fearful of their paychecks not coming in or their SNAP, proceeds not coming in. And some of these people, we do once a month, we do Sierra Vista Connects down at the Salvation Army. Yep. And we actually, you guys collect all these different food items and other toys and things. Right. And then we give them away, right? Yes. So any unused items that we don't use at the animal shelter, so like bags of dog food, treats, litter, toys, dog items like collars and leashes, whatever is an animal-related item that we aren't using, we put it all in a truck and we drive it over there and we give back to the community. And this is how strong the need is because, that last time I was loading up the truck and it was so full. I was afraid this stuff was going to blow out. And then, of course, when we had a blowout on the actual truck and the tire blew out, but we actually gave away all of it. It's amazing because there's so many people in need that need that stuff. But we're here to help. We're going to do everything that we can to actually help you. Come down here, support this great event, support our local animal shelter, the wonderful people at the Sierra Vista Police Department and the Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center, of course, Doc's Watering Hole, and they're gracious allowing us to, sponsor this event here with you and at your venue. It's a great venue. It's our pleasure. We really enjoy this event every year. It's a lot of fun. Well, thank you guys both for coming down and talking a little bit about Pups on Parade. Folks, thank you for listening to Keepin' It Real today and talking about the situation with our local animal shelter. I hope you'll come down and either adopt an animal or maybe foster an animal. Come down and volunteer. And at the very least, come down to Pups on Parade, November 15th, Saturday, 11 to 2 p.m. We're going to have a great show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come on down. See you there, everybody. Yeah, we'll see you there. Awesome. Right. We'll be right back, folks, after these messages. In a town with heart and history, the Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving service that we agree for military law and retirees. Stress-free process you will see. Personal care is our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way, making dreams come true every single day. Trusted team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
That brings us to the end of another Keepin' It Real radio show, and we just want to say a big thank you for letting us be a small part of your weekend. Whether you're a longtime listener or just caught us for the first time today, we're so glad you're here. Got something you'd love us to talk about? Maybe a local story, a cool event, maybe a guest idea. Maybe you're related to or know someone who has an interesting story, profession, or past. We would love to hear from you. So drop it in our Keepin' It Real suggestion box at Long Realty. We're located just behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. Or if it's easier, you can email me directly at sherry@sherryetthelteam.com or call me or text me at 717-599-2439. This is your show, and it's all about our community, our connections, and the what's up of Cochise County, and as always, keeping things real. And your voice will help shape what we do next. We'll see you next Saturday from 7 to 8 a.m. right here on 104.1 Cool FM, making radio cool again.
Stay safe and stay cool, Cochise County, and keep it real.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Keepin' It Real radio show. Join us next Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. for more engaging interviews with top realtors and industry leaders, keeping you informed about the latest trends in real estate. Stay connected with us as we bring you updates on the dynamic events shaping our vibrant community. From exciting local happenings to noteworthy charities and causes, we've got you covered. See you next week for another edition of Keepin' It Real.